Welcome, everybody, to Falskallan Nights, and welcome to Dire Bear. I'm your host, the Bard with No Name. We haven't seen you guys in a couple of weeks, and, well, let's be honest, last week was kind of a wash. The week before, we just didn't have enough players. One scheduled the time off, and the other one just didn't have spoons, and we respect no mental spoons. So with that, we're finally back at it. That being the case, before we start tonight's session, let's get into some announcements. Spleen, get into the announcements.
What the fuck?
Juju switched.
Shit. Okay. Oh, no, wait. No, wait. Wait. I just got back. I sat down. Hey guys,
D&D Beyond.
welcome to Falskallan Nights, Dire Bear. We are going in for more lore drop, probably. So, if you're making notes with all that lore drop, you're going to need somewhere to put it and to keep track of it. So, with our sponsor, D&D Beyond, you can track a bunch of stuff in there. You can track your notes, your inventory, your exhaustion levels, the HP that you're losing gradually on that one fight that just traumatized the hell out of you, so now you just don't know what to prepare for.
The spell slots, I'm pretty sure I forgot to mark off at the end of the last
Your
game.
spell slots are a huge one, but if you are a barbarian bonk and fighter, you don't really have to worry about that. So D&D Beyond makes it easy for both classes. Also, check out our merch as well. That is D&D merch. To put the link in the thingy in the chat. Yeah. Woo! We also have a Patreon. Which gets you some backseat stuff in the Discord. For sessions and things like that. And then we also have other games, Melody of a Maelstrom, and Operation Aegis. I don't know if that's
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Really cool games. You should go check them out. And ours as well. So if you hang out, you'll see some goofballs.
Including FX May Vary.
Yeah, and FX May Vary is Melody of Maelstrom. They're all musicians, but they're not playing as bards. They just are. And they are in charge of doing really cool music, which our outro is one of their songs. So if you stick around during the whole session, you'll hear it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
JP.
Thank you. It was like,
over here in the process trying to get a drink.
You're not allowed to have thirst.
I'm thirsty.
You torsty. All right. Well, get your torsty dealt with while we go into tonight's episode of Falskallan Nights. Last time on Falskallan Nights, I actually don't remember too much. It has been 84 years. That being the case, no. With Patrina alive, awake, and now more willing to answer questions, Team Them interrogated her a little bit more, lightly questioning where she came from, why she's here, and everything that came with that. Halsterian contacting his patron and coming to the realization that Patrina wasn't going to go into a teleportation circle due to some unknown fear. Baltrus came to Halsterian via his book, his tome. What do you call that, Steve?
Daryl?
Facebook.
Okay, yeah, his Daryl. So his Daryl opened up, flew, pages whirling, and Baltrus appeared, only to realize that he had recognized the lady that was right in front of him, or at least he thought he did. It turns out that Baltrus, during the Falskallan Revolution, had seen a person just exactly like Patrina. A quick battle had ensued, and a good natural 20 by Spleen, Jesus, was able to calm the fight down almost pretty much right away, split everything apart, and a more inquisitive conversation had happened. With that, many more things came to realization that our Calis was alive and on this plane, although some of you may have known him as Ranith. That the lockets are homing beacons to themselves, but they are tracked to every other plane. With that information in tow, everybody jumped into a teleportation portal, Patrina finally feeling as if she was comfortable enough to get in. And everybody arrived at Baltrus's Manor. Well, except one. Halsterian. Halsterian never arrived. And with that, you're at Baltrus's Manor. Everything is the same old dusty closet that has a bunch of artifacts in there. Kareg and Baltrus are in the room, but again, you almost pretty much immediately see that Halsterian is not with him.
That's weird.
Did Hal not step in?
Hal?
Where the fuck is Hal?
But
Did he
that's very-
stand in the? Did he stand in the circle?
He
should
didn't
have.
miss the timing, did he? Hang on. I'm gonna
Oh,
send
he
Hal a
didn't get
message.
torn apart like Patrina was saying, did he? Oh, that would be so bad. Oh, I don't think I want to travel again. Oh, no. No.
No, he didn't get torn apart. There would be pieces of him here if he did.
Not if the little pieces got torn apart and torn apart and torn apart and just tiny, tiny.
Existential Yimmer is my favorite Yimmer.
We'll do.
It's those pea mushrooms.
I'm gonna send him a message, make sure he didn't miss the circle. Damn it.
What if he doesn't reply? That means he's dead. Oh god, I don't want to think about that.
Well, actually, Lord Baltrus, can you tell if he's dead?
Baltrus, yeah, Baltrus, he looks at you. Well, I can feel his presence. I still feel the connection.
Alright, let's send him a message. How? Did you miss the circle? I know you didn't. Shit, I lost count. You better not have missed the circle. That's it.
It's at this point, you send it out. And what you hear back is basically just a static reverberation that almost just shocks your senses in one quick second. Actually, roll a d4 for me.
Nope, that's not a caltrop. Nope, that's not a caltrop. Found it. 3.
3? You take 3 points of psychic damage. Just a little bit of a nosebleed starts coming out of your nose there. It's just like the blood. It's like, whoa!
I don't know what that was, but it's not pleasant.
Well,
Oh, he's gone. Oh no, Howard's gone. Like he's everywhere.
which at this point, I'm going to rewind it back just a little bit. As you guys are stepping into the teleportation circle back in just north of Menestad at the cottage there, you all step in. All apparate. Halsterian. It almost seems like it's an infinite possibility or just whatever. It's almost like you're flying through just space in its infinity. You feel the rushing sensation as if you're moving towards a target. And as you're getting closer and closer, you feel just a tug. And you see a dark hand just reach from out of the void and grab you and pull you away from out of the stream that you were in. You're swatting at this thing. It's almost as if it's made of dust. You keep hitting it, it goes away, but it reforms right into the same spot that it was. And all you hear is, "You think you could get away from me?" Which at that point, you look and you look into the void, just pure darkness, and 2 red eyes are staring at you. I'd like for you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. Because at this point, I would feel as if you were panicking, and you would start to panic. So, what'd you get?
5.
A 5? You start feeling the internal turmoil coming out of you because you realize that all of this is just coming at you so damn fast, and you don't know how long you've been a part of this. It feels like seconds, but then also feels like an almost eternity. You look down and the eyes are there. You look up, the eyes are there. You almost feel as if you're being surrounded. At that point, you will leave him alone. You start seeing a brightness coming from you, just shining, and it almost blinds you from yourself, where you start creating this almost infinite light. In which at that point, you open your eyes again, almost too afraid to open, but you do like the one eye just to see if you've survived. And you see a familiar visage standing right in front of you. Almost orcish female, the tusks that are almost just sticking out, the hood covering the blue eyes that are just barely covered by this hood. Red and white. I don't want to say filigree. That's not the right word. It's like trim, but embroidered. That's what it is. Beautifully embroidered silk and cloth that covers her head, and robes that are just draping over her form. And she looks. I'm trying my best to keep him away from you.
I certainly appreciate that. Thank you.
I've been following your exploits. I think you're doing a good job uncovering a lot of these things.
Thank you. And a lot of things are being connected more than I thought they would.
That's good. I figure this might be time to tell you why I've brought you here. You recognize that you have two connections to you. Isn't that right?
I do, yes.
And you hold the book, and you see two very distinguished lines coming from them. One, a pure darkness, like pure darkness that has like this shadow of crimson that follows it. Like you see it ever so spark just a little bit, just. And another one is pure. Is a very blue, almost like a baby blue eye line that follows, and it leads right to her that stands right in front of you.
Yes, it's. I'm doing what I can to distance myself from this dark one on my side. Much to my great-grandfather's chagrin, I'm sure, but
Your grandfather made his choice years ago. You still have a choice yourself. But unfortunately, because you've delved too deeply into his power, you're much deeper connected than you want to be.
I see.
The Hungering One wants you. And I don't know why.
Is it perhaps related to the Sundering? I noticed that one of the... Well, Patrina noticed that one of the things in common with her plane and ours was that the Sundering was still above.
That was an elemental tear. One of the hells tried to fight with the heavens. That led to multiple tears into multiple different universes. In turns, that plane opened. Those planes were opened for the rest of the prime material.
Like an open wound, or more like a scar?
I think at this point it is a scar. Everything that was ejected has been ejected.
See.
The Lords of the Hells wanted to fight, and they got a fight. But that happened many, many years ago. I don't know why he wants you, but I want to stop him, and I don't have that power to do that.
Is that something that I could get the power to do?
I believe you're already on that track.
Well, that is certainly a relief to hear.
All this power comes at risk, though. That's the problem.
Yes, I'm sure most powers do. I mean, that's at the very least something that I learned while studying to be a warlock. There's always a give and take of sorts.
I understand. If you wanted to help me, help yourself more, try to untether yourself from him.
If only it were as simple as cutting the cord, and he moves to just sort of waggle his sword at the dark string.
It basically just vanishes right through. It's
Yeah.
She kind of just chuckles a little bit. And she walks up beside you. Come, take a walk with me. And it's like, at this point, she stands basically at your shoulder. like shoulder height.
Lead the way.
Every time you teleport, I pull you away from his influence.
I see.
But this time, I'm going to allow you to keep your memories, because I need you to remember this conversation.
Okay.
He is mortal. The Hungering One is mortal, but I don't have a connection to him anymore. I want that connection back so I can seal him to his proper fate. He has subverted me for years. And now he's dooming a lot more than just his own realm.
If I was still connected to you, and he did end up capturing me, would that not leave a hole, perhaps, to let you weave through and re-establish the connection with him?
That is
saying
one
I'd like to be
possibility. That would be one possibility. It's ultimately unknown.
Hmm.
The thing I fear is the fact that if you do that, your body may not be able to handle it.
Not entirely comforting. Understood.
Like I told you, this power comes with risks.
Certainly.
I have my tether set on you. You have a more direct line on me. Please remember that. I may not answer all the time, but I am always watching. Now, if I send you back, it should be pretty much normal time for you. Although, I'll be quite honest, playing with other people's fates, I'm not good with time. My brother's very stingy on allowing me to manipulate that kind of stuff.
I can see you'd probably feel the same about him bothering around in your domain.
Yes, but I still do it regardless. Darling, please do get back in one piece. And she just full on force palms you. You kind of fall back and you land right back into the stream. And you start shooting up back into the intended trajectory. So at this point, Team Them, you're kind of just hanging around Baltrus's manor. Yimmer, you're probably looking at a lot of the deadly plants that a lot of people are. A lot of the more deadly plants that the horticulturists have.
Are the culturists watching me?
You know they are.
Okay.
Just you.
Just you.
The plants probably are too.
True.
Yeah, and like Enlo, the head groundskeeper, is still very much like eyeing you up and down as you're trying to get close and doing all of that. Beatrice, Spleen, what do you guys think you'd be doing?
Eating fancy food.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
literally
it's
just a fancy feast laid out for them.
Yeah, and like
And he eats the cat food.
I was thinking.
this is really delicious. It's tuna for the cats.
Meow.
Mhm.
How Stary and you arrive, and nobody else knows this. That's the thing.
they're no longer in that room, right?
They would no longer be in that room. They're just off doing their own thing. Kind of just hanging around Baltrus Manor.
Can I listen for sounds? Like, she said it wouldn't be necessarily. She wasn't necessarily good with time, but I have to assume she's close.
Which at this point you get Howard's message.
Huh. I'm here. Wait. If this is a delayed message, will he be able to hear me at all?
Which at that point, Howard, you get that reply. Also, Halsterian, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh. That is a 12.
12? Okay, you hold back from hurling this time.
I imagine I'm probably with Baltrus trying to figure out where the fuck Hal is at and how to reach him. So
Which that point, yeah, you're having this conversation. Patrina's in the room. Actually, no, she wouldn't be there with you guys. She's off doing something completely different. But yeah, you guys are just kind of having a conversation, trying to figure out, like, how the hell did this happen? And the fact that, like, Baltrus still feels that connection and whatnot, which at this point, during the center of the conversation, you hear Halsterian reply to the message that you sent 4 hours ago.
Howard just kind of stops mid-conversation. What? The fuck? It hurt a lot last time I did it. Lord Baltrus, can you send a message to him this time? I just got a response from Hal.
Which at that point he looks up. Yeah, joking, right?
Nope.
Okay. And at this point he throws his hand out, recalls his tome, opens it up, writes into it. How Halsterian, you basically get, are you on this plane? In, like, the Microsoft Sam voice.
He hasn't gone through the settings.
I'll just reply, as far as I know, I'm right where I should be, but a tad late, with thanks from the Fate Weaver.
It just closes, he shuts the book. He's at the teleportation circle. Let's go retrieve him. Which at this point, Halsterian, you're in a locked room.
All right, well.
Yeah, you're basically in a locked room. So at this point, Baltrus, Howard, you go down and get him. It's like basically getting a dog from the kennel. Just like, did you learn your lesson?
Never.
Did everyone stretch?
Oh no, but we gotta.
Charmander,
we gotta stretch.
We didn't tell you.
Oh,
You were in roleplay.
Yeah.
You were in the middle of the Fate Weaver, so.
Hey, Weaver can stretch too, okay?
She's got an infinity. How long did she stretch infinity? My lad, you said the Fate Weaver. Like, Baltrus enters the room. Howard, you're right behind him. My lad, how the heck did you get here? Like, why? How does this work?
So, I need to keep my teleportations to a very much minimum. It seems your patron is very much interested in me for some reason. And just taking me when I teleport. The Fate Weaver is the one who pulls me away and makes sure that I continue living, it seems.
Wait, I'm confused.
You're not there, Spleen.
Oh shit!
It's just me
I
and
thought we were in
Baltrus
there.
at the moment.
Oh, yep. Wait, I'm confused. Why is this cat food?
It's too fancy for that.
Well, my lad, it's very interesting that he wants a part of you. Very interesting. Again, you had a conversation with the Fate Weaver. Another one.
Yes, she wants me to find a way to sever any connection to him.
You remember this conversation?
Yes. She said that she let me keep my memories intact and stable this time.
Well, I mean, I could always just end a pact with you, if you wish.
Well, suppose that would be the simplest way to do that.
But that also does leave you without any magics.
It does. Yes.
Wait, but if it's your patron, Lord Baltrus, if he's after Hal for some reason, you two are blood related, wouldn't he just change who he's after?
I honestly don't know this one. It's a very good question to ask. Things to ponder. Very good things to ponder. But if we wish to break this pact, let's go up to my study and let's go. And let's do this.
Very well.
Cool. So he basically turns around. Kareg is following shortly behind to lock the door to the teleportation room. And so, and he does such. Following up into the third floor, seeing all the expensive artworks and vases, the beautiful corridor that it is that leads to his study, ends up. You all end up there. I assume that you would rally the crew.
Yeah. I imagine Howard would be keeping the bond up out of paranoia with Hal being gone for that long. So I'll probably just, hey, Hal's back. Come join us.
Where the fuck did he go?
To the Fate Weaver, apparently. Again. It'll be easier to explain when everyone's together.
So he didn't disintegrate?
No. I told you.
Well, he wasn't here for like a while, like, and Patrina just told us that kind of happens, so.
Which at this point, do you guys get Patrina or no?
Would she let me include her in the bond?
You know, this is a question I never thought to ask myself. I feel like there would be some sort of semblance of trust between the lot of you, and I think she would. I think it, depending on how much spleen is being spleen in the bond,
She might just be like, no, you're not getting me back in this recast.
It's
She dealt
like-
with it for 1 hour and never again.
Exactly. It's like
Don't worry about it. I'm eating, so my mind is quiet.
it's like joining the family WhatsApp group and it's just consistently popping off. That's what I would assume. Or it's just like Beatrice and Spleen are having both a conversation in the bond and not the bond, which gets really weird during intimate times.
Mhm. Like, oh, we can hear you. Don't tell them that. It only excites them more.
I just-
Yeah, I'll go get her. Or have someone retrieve her on their way to us.
I mean, at this point, you have enough repute with the butlers and whatnot that they know where she is. And at this point, they would go retrieve her. And so while you guys are all in the room, she eventually comes in, and she's now actually wearing something a little bit more of an elegant dress. And Halsterian, actually, you look over and you realize that it was a dress that once belonged to your mother. And it fits her rather well.
Hmm. That's an outfit I have not seen in quite some time.
I think it is rather beautiful.
Yes, you wear it well.
I thank you. And at this point, like she's got like a beautiful like a chiffon dress kind of put on, and sees like a couple of the rings that have that were in that room that she's wearing herself, and just like very much feeling right back at home. A nice, beautiful red cowl that covers her shoulders and clasps right at the clip, and she has it flipped over because she still feels kind of honestly feels just kind of weird. There's a bit of an uncomfort still being on a new plane and with a place with new people, so there's just like a natural act of covering up to feel a little more protected.
Less exposed, certainly.
Exactly.
I won't bring any other details about the dress up with her. That's not to worry her.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But at that point, Baltrus comes and pulls out the original contract that you had signed, especially in blood. And you remember this ritual from years ago when you were just a teenager, and getting closer and closer with not Halsterian, sorry, Baltrus. Words. Getting closer with Baltrus, and you having this contract signed, and it seemed so innocent to begin with, where it was you were ultimately given the control and power that Baltrus had, and with more discipline and more time and dedication to your greater to your great grandfather, I should say. Honestly, that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Greater grandfather.
Hmm.
How long it took us 97 episodes to get to this word.
Your blood grandfather was your lesser grandfather. Your stepdad is your lesser dad. Or greater dad, depending on how good your relationship is with them. Oh. That being the case, you look over the beautiful like parchment. It is this. It's almost like it was meant for watercolors. This kind of a painting where it was magically imbued with ink that created this contract that has all this scrolling and artwork that follows up, and it shows like the sundering
like the sundering, like shining through the background. It's almost holographic as you're looking at it, pushing it back and forth. And it's like, shall we? Take my hand.
I go ahead and do.
And you take his hand, and he just nicks your thumb just a little bit, and you take a point of damage just for.
Sure.
Wait, if
It is blood that binds us. It is the blood that will separate us.
but Lord Baltrus, if are you able to sever your connection to the patron? And if so, would that also leave you powerless?
Very much.
Why Hal and not you?
I'm not exactly sure.
If this sounds crazy. If it does not help, even worse, if it creates greater problems, is it possible for you to rebind?
Yes, I would say so. I could easily do that. The bond is being broken by the contractor, not the contracted. I'm not breaking my bond with my patron, but I'm ending a contract with my my Patreon.
What if... I don't know how powerful or much about this. I'm no warlock, I'm a wizard. If you were to bind more of us to fight off the patron, I don't
honestly, I don't think I have that much power to try and do that. The fact that I was able to do it once is actually surprising to me.
All right.
And frankly, it would only put you all in danger more than be able to help, surely.
Hal, I believe I can speak for more than just myself and say that if you and your grandfather are in danger, I'd rather join you in danger to lighten the load.
Certainly, thank you, but that doesn't mean we all have to stab each other in the stomach to make sure everyone dies of a stomach wound.
Well,
That was so romantic.
Which part?
Exactly. A lot of it. Beatrice, I've stabbed my stomach for you.
I would too, babe.
See? Romantic.
Okay. Fuck it, keep doing what you guys are doing. Yeah.
Which at this point, the blood is kind of congealed just a little bit because you're having this conversation. It's like, I just have to do the other thumb. Just give me your other hand. And he grabs your hand, gives you a nick. All right, press it on your original print, and it shouldn't just dissolve. And so you press your thumb right into the paper, and it feels silky smooth. It's very like it's unlike any paper that you've ever felt before, because you recognize parchment as it is, but something that's a little more, for lack of a better word, ethereal. There's just something very... There's like a little bit of give to it, but it's also super solid at the same time. It's almost contradicting in every single way that you could ever feel at one point. At this point, you see the red of the blood seep into the paper itself, and it starts spreading out throughout the veins, and it almost looks like it's a heartbeat, just pulsing just a little bit of blood that you put in there to spread it around and go through whatever the magical binds that have created this junction between you and your greater grandfather. It's which at this point you see the paper kind of just turn blue for a second and kind of light up and pulse, and as if you're looking into it. It's like the holographicness of it almost creates like a tapestry, a story of itself, and then it snaps right back to your thumb. Your thumb flies right off. Like, yes, you have no thumb anymore. Just explodes on the scene. No, your hand flies back in just a force of nature. Which at this point, Baltrus looks at you and looks at the thing. That's never happened before. That's not. No. We're still connected. Oh no, this is not right. This is not good.
Have I read anything about this during my studies that would a third party interfering or having if one of the parties in a agreement does not wish to continue it, what the circumstances are surrounding that?
Make yourself this would be an Arcana check at advantage.
All right.
And there's actually no failure state on this. It's more or less like the higher you roll, the better your recall of a lot more of this kind of stuff happens. So it's not like there's no failure state to this.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that.
So with Arcana,
because this is one of the things that you did study, being a warlock patron, or not a patron, having a warlock patron.
Mm-hmm. That's an 18.
18? Damn. At this point, there isn't a lot of records written about somebody giving more power from a third party. So in turn, having like a lineage of power that's being streamlined down and whatnot. There's only been a few recorded instances of this happening where you see that you remember where it was kind of basically now that you realize you're in this kind of situation with Baltrus. But the idea is a lot of these contracts were basically until death, and a lot of these contracts were fulfilled at death and were never really tampered with during the middle of it. So a revocation of one's binding contract is has never really been tested in along those lines, especially when the original source of power or the conceived source of power is the one allowing things to happen.
Hmm. This is certainly unprecedented. Is there any more option than perhaps me simply not using spells?
I don't know. this. I mean, if you have the power, you can use it. That's the thing.
I suppose that is true. I worry about leaning on it too much, or perhaps tapping too deep into the magics of it, but yes, now, as long as I have the bond up, we have the bond, I have access to these magics.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. This seems to have been beyond your power for a while now, I think. Perhaps since I was first contacted by the Fate Weaver. This is something that is larger than any of us at this point, and I do not like that idea.
Could we replace it with a different bond if you were able to find another patron?
Well, I have with the Fate Weaver in a way. Both are connected to me through the book. It is something that she managed to arrange, and in a way helped me learn more of the more martial barbarian arts. But it's more complicated than simply a replacement, as apparently two agreements can exist in one, which is also rather unheard of.
Which is this point, Patrina comes up and says, what will you do? You think using his power will help you?
And it will certainly not look at it in such a way. When I'm using my access to the magics, I will only do it if I must, and from there I will do my best to focus on whatever bond was created with the Fate Weaver and the balance that had with the power of this hungering one.
Mm. I'm sure you will come up with a plan. Your lot seems to find their way into trouble and always end up getting out of it.
Suppose you're right.
Now, I believe there was some talk of book.
Yes, more than just my own tome. There was one that seems to come from your plane. If you would be so kind, greater grandfather.
Of course. And he goes and grabs the tome and he brings it up. Yeah, he brings it up and she, may I see this? Which at this point, Baltrus kind of like hands it and like puts it onto his big table. It's like, because this thing is massive. This is a one giant massive tome. And which at this point she opens it up. This is definitely Calis's handwriting.
Hmm. And do we have the locket to bring it near as well to make sure any other changes might be visible to her?
Yeah. At this point, she's flipping through the book, and she, if you have his locket, that would be perfect. I'd be able to read this. I never understood his ciphers.
Was that yours?
Yeah, I believe Spleen has it.
Yeah. So
Do you need it? Need it?
it would be nice for me to read his notes again.
Nope, not that one.
Just fades to croc skin.
Somehow hides the position from all of us.
Just don't look.
Yeah. I'll have to change the location of that one now. Now you guys know where that one. Here you go.
Which at that point she beckons it over, and you feel the locket get like grasped out of thin air and pulled towards her, not so violently, but just very so gently, and it kind of floats. And she holds out her hand. It gently drops in, and at this point, everybody that's around it starts seeing all the letters and the words that were ciphered turn into they all turn into a language that you can read. And the funny thing is, this is not the same for everybody. So for Halsterian, it's an Infernal. For Yimmer, it's Dwarvish. It's basically the first language that you'd ever really learned. Yeah. Which is even funnier because Spleen, you can read it.
Yeah.
It becomes legible. Although the bigger words are hard to kind of transcribe into hieroglyph, but
Yeah. Oh. Wait, was he a goblin? What?
magical ciphers and unmagical locks and arcane things. He was always so very intrigued by a lot of that kind of stuff. But he was also kind to those who could figure out his secrets. He would enjoy ensuring that his work would be read. Of course, they had to find out how to read it first. Always so tricksy, him. And she's flipping through it. She's just flipping through it. Okay, so he's writing about. Oh God, why does he write so much about this kind of shit? Come on, and gets over it. Okay, so that's a spell for that. Okay, this is blah blah blah. That's another spell for that. She's looking through. There we go. Can I have a bookmark, please?
I provide one.
Yeah, you pull
the leather I've been using.
Yeah, you pull that one. You pull that one out. This is going to be one that you will want to learn. And she puts the bookmark right into the spine. It's almost dead center of the book. She turns it around. And Halsterian, you basically just read the full potential. Which gets really weird because Howard, you read it and it says unlocking.
The full potential.
The what?
The full potential.
Where does it say that?
Well, at the top, first of all. A few
Really?
times within the description and here and there, but it's
What does it describe?
And there's a little paragraph that's up front, but basically Patrina says this will unlock these lockets.
oh, I see.
Oh, that's why it says unlocking for me. Okay.
It's odd that it says the full potential for you. I guess that is the equivalent in your first language.
Infernal, yes.
Oh. I could never quite get the hang of that language. It's very throaty.
Yes, it's got many hard syllables. Strangely, only half of them seem to get reflected well in text, but it's sort of assumed you know it's there.
I understand, but regardless. You there, mage? And it looks over at you, Howard.
Hmm?
I think it would be beneficial if you copied this.
Okay. Pull out a notebook and start copying.
Good. Because it would be great. Oh, wow. It would be great if we could find the rest of my artifacts. And that way I could go home.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I assume you want to find our Calis to take with you?
Oh, definitely. He doesn't belong here, and honestly, I would like to see him again. Speaking of, where was the last place that you've seen him?
You think?
Looks at Yimmer.
Yeah.
Hmm?
When you last saw him at when he was wrestling the dragon down,
Thought we saw him more recent than that, but oh no, that was your like illusion thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
Been seen, he says up into the air. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's kind of when I saw him. Really, we haven't seen him before? Or earlier? Or later?
I don't think with all of us together.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah.
I've not seen him, so I don't know if that helps.
See?
it doesn't, but where did you see him?
Really far out east. We were at some ruins. We had to cross a river. That was so long ago. Let me just think about the map.
I don't think I actually put it on that map.
Alaska?
It was just west or east of Falska. It was Port Delorme.
It was Port Delorme.
It was like literally it should be just first in your notes. Oh wait, you don't take notes, do you?
Yeah. As he pops another mushroom.
Yeah, that fits.
Takes note, burns page. Takes note, burns page.
Oh my god. Do I know if Delorme is on the west or east side of that river?
It's the Velen Rapids. It's on the east side.
Okay.
It's basically a throughway point where a lot of people will go to the old ruins of Korihara, which is where Yimmer and Diamondback were stationed for a little while, just playing guard duty. So at that point, it's yeah. I would have a feeling he would be around there, possibly. Wow, everybody's quiet tonight.
I'm typing.
Oh, I wish we had decided that before we teleported here then.
But I didn't know that he was going to be there.
Oh, certainly, no, I understand. It's just, if I'm not going to teleport, it's going to be a rather long trek.
Well, I don't have well, I have Ministad. That cuts a lot of the time away, but
It certainly does.
that's all right. We could take some time. We could try and find some ways while we're on the road to potentially strengthen your bond with the Fate Weaver instead.
That would be preferable, yes. In any case, it seems to coincide in a way with the same sort of calmness for the barbarian arts that Spleen was encouraging in me. The calmness of knowing your foe is already defeated. It's written in the fates, I'm sure.
Wait, you're a practitioner of the barbaric arts?
To an extent, yes.
Oh. I can see why he likes you.
Oh.
My Crom is very well versed with wizardry, but he was a barbarian first. He had a legendary temper.
Well, I've seen barbarians with short tempers, and I have seen wizards with more explosive ones.
But all I'm saying is, if you've bound yourself to him and then you started training barbaric arts, all I'm saying is you're ingratiating yourself to him whether you know it or not.
For goodness sake.
No wonder he likes you.
Wait, are you saying that Crom is Lord Baltrus's patron?
I mean, it certainly has seemed so. Especially with the contact that I've been getting with the Fate Weaver and learning more about what Patrina has had to deal with in her own time.
Well, I'm parallels. You gotta love it. So then what is it that you're going to do? You're going to go east and try and track my husband.
Yeah?
That is our next lead, I'm afraid. I'm sure it would help if you came along, but you certainly don't have to. I'd hate to.
I think I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to study Calis's book. It might take some time to read through it, pass through his legibility, see what spells are there, and see which ones might be more pertinent to our cause.
Yes. Getting you home and in whatever power Crom has over all sorts of these planes would certainly be together in the top spot of our priorities.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Baltrus,
Yes.
if Crum is your patron, and you created the grimoires that you and Halsterion can communicate through, how likely is it that he knows any of the information that you two communicate with each other through those tomes?
It is a possibility. I'm not going to deny that. But the thing is, I don't know what Halsterion writes in his book to other people. There is some sort of semblance of anonymity. I can't say this is the case for me or for you from me. But from my experiences of this, I've never been able to spy in on you unless I've forcibly did it via another spell.
One that I would no doubt detect.
One that you would no doubt detect. You have detected me looking upon you from time to time.
I have.
So,
Watchful eye. Certainly.
exactly.
So we can assume that it's safe to communicate about the journal and plans without Crom getting wind of them through the grimoires.
I can look into it further and see if I can separate my magics further from him.
Okay. Then, if we keep contact with you and Patrina for the time being while we're on the road, we'll do it through my sending spells until you are more certain that it's safe. That limits us pretty heavily on communication, but it keeps communication open nonetheless, to some degree.
That works. That works for me.
I do wonder, and I am loath to use up any time that we could use in other directions, but if there's a chance it could work, I still have these. Well, they are a bit more than sketches, but I copied down some of the runes from when we were entering to the Citadel, was it? Where they had anti-magic runes. I've copied them down. I'm wondering if we would be able to end the contract in proximity to that, or if the contract would simply not have any change at all, or what the options therein could be. But I do have them. We could choose a place to ward away magic from, and try again.
It is a possibility. It may not be a bad idea, but if the contract itself doesn't have a magical bind to it, how can we erase one that's already been connected between us two?
That's what I was worried you'd say.
No, there's no way you couldn't just bring the contract into an anti-magical field and burn it.
No, it would reappear within the day.
Yeah. It's created by the bond, not the other way around.
Yes, exactly. In the same way that my tome is. It's a product of the bond.
So
I can work to separate myself from him a little bit further. I'm pretty sure Miss Patrina here would be able to help us a little bit further. That being said, I'm assuming you're going to sit here and read more, aren't you? Yes, I will. I will do exactly that.
Well,
Any means of communication, I will have him.
and we can absolutely work on reproducing that sigil and creating an anti-magical field. At worst case, it is a deterrent, a safe haven of some kind, if nothing else. If the bond is put on pause, so to speak, by the nullification of magic, it's harder for him to reach you. A last resort.
And it's worth it, I would say.
Certainly worth trying, but not in this area.
No.
Perhaps we can enhance the arena in which training happens at the guild hall.
Like that idea. That would give a lot more training to many of us at the guild around dealing with a loss of magic.
The anti-magic corner. Go there with a dunce cap if you need.
And think about what you've done.
Think about the classroom that you've burned.
It's right as
Ready to be
God says
spanked,
that to
losers.
himself that Howard goes, "Oh shit, they're gonna make a fucking room in the academy for that."
Oh, I'm sure they already have one.
They call it
probably
detention. You get the middle breakfast club there.
Well, I'm gonna stay here for a little bit and finish copying that section, that passage. We all want to get some food and sort out what we're doing before we leave.
Yes. More used to packing light, but this is not one of those times.
No. I think our cart is still at the guild here in Onver. Assuming that they didn't just someone else take it, we haven't used it in quite some time. Sure, we can just
One way to find out.
find one if need be. Well, I'll join you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna finish doing this.
Oh, very well.
As I continue typing.
Does anyone else want to go grocery shopping with me? That's a
What?
resounding no.
We need shit.
We do. We do.
I need more potions.
Yeah. And you didn't hear this from me, but I think we need more magic stuff.
We definitely need more magic stuff.
Isn't there a spell that still needs to be completed?
That too!
I planned on it.
Good. I was like, you motherfuckers, you set me up for all this, then I can't finish it.
No, we're past that now. It's left for a plot hole of the next show.
Oh,
Yes.
plot hole.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na, plot hole.
We love those. Potholes. Oh wait, no, plot holes. Not plot holes.
So we go shopping. We go finish the spell. We buy more magic things.
Yeah.
This all sounds good to me. Let's focus on things that will last throughout the trip, and not just candy. 60 pounds of jerky.
I have the bag of holding, so
Wonderful.
we could put 100 pounds of jerky in there if we wanted to.
If you have the gold, we'll do it.
10 pounds of every different kind of jerky, you know?
That's a lot of jerk. All right, so you guys are gonna basically you doing this in Ashwin's Hollow, Old Town? Where are you going?
I say we search for the magic stuff in Ashorn's Hollow, but probably get the groceries in Old Town.
Cool. So then, at this point, you guys are in Baltrus's Manor, which is in Ashhorn's Hollow. I'm assuming you're starting there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you one of those people who are like, yeah, we're going to do that, then immediately go the other direction?
Not this time.
Yeah, no, I know. This is why I have to confirm this shit with you people. So what in specific are you looking for magically, or is it just looking for anything that's kind of relevant?
I would be looking for healing potions at least. Other than that, I don't know.
Weapons.
What's up?
Weapons. Weapons.
Magical weapons.
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 Maybe some fancy rings to protect us from shit.
Fancy rings, yeah.
Yeah.
Get all decked out, you know?
Yeah.
Are we walking at this point in time?
I would assume that you guys have basically just like left Ashhorn's Hollow, or not Ashhorn's Hollow, Baltrus's Manor and Ashhorn's Hollow into the district itself, and walking throughout the thoroughfares, trying to find magical shops and whatnot.
All right, so Hal, next time we go back there, do you think you could like make a distraction that makes everyone, including especially the groundskeeper, go to you and not me? For no reason whatsoever? What?
Are you trying to rob us?
Is it robbing if it grows back?
Will they all grow back in under a month?
Well, that's a question that I don't have an answer to. But I'm willing to find out with everyone.
You're better off asking the groundskeeper themselves.
Ah, I don't think he likes me. He was
That's a
giving me
you
weird
problem.
Which is funny because he's following you. Ashorn's hollow. He's like 3 steps behind you, just
Oh, shit.
staring down. Just
I wanted to just take drawings of them and wanted a nice private audience with all of the plants.
I'm watching you. He just turns around, and walks away.
Well, why'd you come all this way out here if you're just going to turn around? Were you just waiting for me to say something?
Which at that point he just still keeps walking.
Just because you see him walking away does not mean he is walking away.
Oh, I have a headache now.
Which means you turn around and he's standing right there.
Oh, God. What?
Always watching. And he just turns around and walks away.
Oh.
And Yimmer's just going to start walking backwards while looking at him. No. Okay. Now I'm going to turn.
There's nobody there.
Ah. Okay, he's gone. For real. I think. But yeah, I really want some of that stuff. Looks around again.
He's right there. I'm always watching.
What the hell?
The best of illusion spells.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm having way too much fun with that.
We're going to get to Ulska, and you'll see him going. But he'll still be in Onver.
Okay. Like, do you think I could trade some of the sliding fill for some of these plants?
You know,
Does he have a
honestly,
special someone?
it might be worth asking. You
Wait,
never know which plants he has access to more than one way.
Gonna have to think about this.
Well, I'm sure we will. You have plenty of time to think about it before we return.
He's not right behind me right now, is he?
You look back, he's not there.
Good.
If I say no, will you believe me?
Yes?
Make a deception check.
I'll make an insight check.
Yeah, basically.
19?
5?
You believe him.
Okay. Gonna trust you.
Watch your head.
You turn around. You turn around. He's not there.
Well, at least he's not there. He's a tricky one. So anyways, where are we going? Where are we stopping?
fancy jewelry, perhaps leaning in once more to certain contacts with certain magical items in trade, for trade.
Yeah.
He looks toward B.
Go see my uncle. Punch him in the nuts once. That'll be fun.
I'd rather
I
not
can
do
see
that
that.
myself. I feel like he wouldn't take to it as well as you.
I don't think he likes it when I do it either, but at this point, it's just tradition. So
enough.
we can just start a new tradition with you, so it's perfect.
Well, it would have to be a different tradition.
We could like adding on to the tradition. You know, like I start with a nut punch, and then maybe like 5 minutes later, you just sneak up on him and also get him with a nut punch.
I mean, it's as
And then eventually,
worthwhile as-
everyone gives him a nut punch. I think he'd probably kick us out if that happened.
I think all right.
So I'll just give him a nut punch. Anyways, yeah. Fancy magic items from my uncle.
Jesus
Not
Christ.
there, so I am not there to discourage behavior.
We
Oh
have
my
one
God.
adult. We only have one adult.
And we only get one, so don't waste it.
But I feel like we could turn the adult. Like, the adult isn't always all that responsible. Sometimes the adult goes along with our shenanigans.
Does the adult agree? Adult?
Sorry, we're talking about me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Howard's
well,
not here. So,
Nut punches later. Finding good prices first.
And then we go in for nut punch.
exactly.
Nice.
Do be wary. If he is used to it, he will put up his own defenses.
Hmm.
I mean, I've seen plenty of platinum cod pieces in my day.
He does seem like the type that would have a platinum codpiece, doesn't he?
After enough nut punches.
Which at this point you finally make it to the antiquitist. You open up the door.
Sneak around behind like a bookshelf or something, like as soon as the door opens.
Make a stealth check. And are you wearing your armor?
Well, we would have just come back from being out, and we wouldn't have had time to like relax. So yes.
Well, I mean, you had 4 hours of relaxing at Baltrus's Manor.
True. And we're just going shopping. So yeah, I'm gonna say I don't have my armor
Okay, so then make a stealth check.
on. 7.
Trying to immediately run off into one of like the little corners of the mini stands that holds lots of like different weapons and armors and whatnot. You'd think you're sneaky, and then immediately have your tunic get caught onto one of the weapon stands.
No,
It-
fuck.
It was like, what the fuck? You see him come through the back door. I see you. Oh, it's you. All right, where's she? Where is she?
Like,
Where is she? It's like,
fuck! Let me down! How the fuck did I get down? Just
Yeah.
more clanging, more things falling.
Honestly, looking cute is not going to get you out of this situation. As he starts pulling you
I'm
out.
not doing anything. I walked into it and it decided it wanted me.
Yeah, I see that, darling. That being the case, I'm not going to help you up because I'm afraid you're going to try and nut punch me again.
I would never do such a thing.
Make a deception check.
Fuck. It's a 4.
Which at that point is like, of course. Right. I'm assuming you're here to try and buy some medical items.
Yes, please.
Perfect. Get yourself cleaned up and put my stuff back, please. And let's go into the back. I have got some things that you both all want.
Thank you.
Grumpily putting things back where they're supposed to be.
In Elvish alphabetical order.
Here, say the alphabet backwards in Greek. Perfect. Okay, so walking into the back building as you've done many times before, and you see that there's a new set of magical items that are on display. Most of them seem to be more weapon oriented this time around. You kind of get the sense that like there's more or less whenever you're doing something illicit, whatever comes in is more or less what you're gonna sell.
I believe that.
But all right, so is there anything that you're looking for specifically, or you're just gonna want me to create a bunch of things in front of you?
Yes.
Weapons.
Weapons, right? All right. Well, what's your price range? Because a lot of these are very expensive, and I'm not gonna budge on them.
I look at the adult.
Oh, don't look at me. You guys have wrung me dry at this point.
From my coin pouch on the counter, which has 500 gold in it.
Also, remember, we have that spreadsheet that has a bunch of stuff.
I was looking for that. I was like, where is that?
Do you have it? Do you have it saved as a pin? Or
Okay.
I'm assuming this is in your chat, your group chat.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, no, it's. I think this is the. Oh.
Got it in Discord.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pinned.
that's so bright.
Sweet. Excellent. So, I don't know how much money is in that. You're going to have to tell me.
I don't know. I know I have 500 gold. I think we've got 500 gold worth of gems in there. No more. A bunch. Oh, and we also have, it pulls out the bag of holding and just starts pulling out various art pieces and just throws them all out there.
Right. Oh my god.
We have 6,750 gold worth of various art objects.
From Tobias's caravan.
Yep.
Dear God. Are these
Yep.
Codurian?
Don't
I don't
worry
even.
about it.
I don't want to know. Well, I know they're Codurian in origin, but where did you? You know what? I'm not even going to ask. That being the case, if you're willing to part with these, well, of course we're gonna try and make a deal. I have to make money, of course, right, B?
Yes, you do.
Good girl. That being said, all right. Well, we have a couple of swords here that might interest you. This ring, this would probably do it. And well, there's this potion here. It's he picks up a vial, which is like almost beaker-like, where it has like a very elephant foot base bottom and like a very short fluted stem. It's corked at the top, but you see that it's like a very blue, almost icy liquid inside. And he shakes it and almost like inherently freezes for a second, and then goes back into more of a liquid state. It's like, this one here is a frost giant strength potion.
Well, what does that do?
It gives you the strength of a frost giant.
Oh,
No, we don't. Okay, no, pass. Unless do the nerdy people want to be strong?
Certainly couldn't hurt.
And it's at this point he pulls up like this very beautiful ring. It's very small, but you sense that there's like a very heavy magical aura in it, around it. And it's like it's got a bunch of feathers engraved right in and etched in. And it has these beautiful like bronze filigree that kind of follows along the edges of each of individual feather, while it has these gold little trim marks that are again etched into it. He's like, this is a ring of feather falling.
Oh.
okay.
And these are that will help us from taking falling damage from nearly any height, yes?
Of course. That's right. I'm speaking to you, Lance, as if you know what I'm talking about. My apologies. I'm used to having a crew of people that are educated in these manners.
Not so much in the items, I'm afraid, on my end.
You're gonna have to break it down.
That's absolutely okay. This weapon himself, he brings up like this it's almost like a short sword. It's just like a very fine point. It's mixed between like a flamber style blade where it has like a bunch of little spikes pulling out of it, but is like this one we call Flame Tongue. It has the ability to, when you speak a magic word, it causes flames to erupt from the blade.
Whoa.
These,
Cool.
as a side effect, these flames do shed a bright light for quite a bit of distance. And while this thing is ablaze, of course you're going to do a hell of a lot of damage. And if you wish to stop the flames, well, just speak the word again.
What?
Or until you sheath it.
What?
Sold. How much?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this thing, I have it estimated at 5,000 gold.
Oh. That's a lot.
All I'm going to say is if you bulk or batch buy, bulk buy, words. If you do buy in
Okay,
bulk, I will be more or less willing to give you discounts. But that being said, I have to be very prudent in my pricing.
Gotcha.
Ask greater granddaddy for a loan. Coo.
The metagaming owl. God damn it. Oh. It's money. Oh.
Okay, well then let's look at other things and see if we want to bulk.
Can we pay in installments?
No, there's no guarantee you're coming back.
You know I'm coming back.
Unfortunately, I do,
You'll
but I
see
still
me at
don't trust it.
Yulnitz.
See, the thing is, I know that if I ever make a threat to you, your mother's going to come after me, and your grandmother's going to come after me. I don't want any of that.
And the creepy murder kitten.
That's right, he's got a murder kitten now. Great, this family just keeps getting better and better. Why do I associate myself with you?
Show us more shit!
Show us more shit. He brings out like a little crown. It has like it's like a giant iron circlet basically that bears like ornaments and shapes of like of the rune that Halsterian you recognize more or less represents enemy.
Hmm.
And it's like, yes, this one. This one causes a little bit of insanity. From what I've identified, when it's worn, the crown glows with a pale light, and it draws upon the wearer's fury to strike opponents with vicious terror. When you make an attack roll against a creature and hit while wearing this crown, you can spend and roll one of your unspent hit dice. The creature takes extra psychic damage equal to the number rolled.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He's got a little booklet. I imagine he's like,
I've just that's just the DM speaking this stuff out loud.
yeah. What?
As an action, you can invoke the rune, invoke the crown's rune to cast the fear spell. With it, the spell has a duration of 1 minute. Does not require concentration. Once the rune has been invoked, it cannot be invoked again until the next dawn.
Hmm.
Fear. Do they have? Wait, let me look.
They call this crown of the Wraithbringer, of the Wrathbringer.
Looking at the spell fear. If my computer will get its shit together. You know, bright the site is. Excuse me.
I'm just gonna look it up.
Yeah.
I know.
Really wish they had a dark theme. That would be nice.
That's racist.
What?
I want an emo theme. Goth. I want a goth theme, please.
That's pretentious.
None of this like modern
Goth
style.
girlfriend D&D Beyond.
Yeah. Big kitty goth girlfriend.
Yeah,
I love a big
D&D.
big goth D&D lady.
Yeah.
Big G and D.
Oh, wisdom saving throw. Okay. All right. Okay, that one's interesting. How much does that one cost?
That one I could part with 2,000 gold.
Any more rings?
Unfortunately, no.
Bracelets?
Nothing like that. It's more or less weapons upon weapons, and they're quite expensive.
Didn't we just ask your grandfather in the first place? He probably has so much stuff. Oh my god.
Willing to part with it is another question.
Lend.
You're still there. You can ask.
Yeah, but we're on y'all right now.
Let's see.
Damn it, I leave my water in the kitchen again.
Will Juju get his water? Is it in the kitchen? We'll find out next time on Falskallan Nights.
Hold
What are you thinking?
on. I don't know.
I mean, it would be interesting to. It's interesting to see a magic item that depends on the hit dice of the one attuned to it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. How much was the ring? The feather? I don't even know if that's gonna be beneficial for us for what
I think
we're
I ever told you it was 2,000 gold for that.
that one. Okay.
Yim, you're muted.
Yep. Question about that ring. So, like, let's say Spleen here is coming in hard with that flaming axe overhead and wants to jump up in the air, but is wearing that featherfall ring. When she gets up in the air and is about to come down with that fiery wrath, does she just slowly float down?
Yeah. Am I like an actual feather, or am I still going? But I just don't.
Do I look like the type of person who would actually test these things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't, and I'm not going to.
That seems like a pretty serious thing. Like, the last thing you want to be doing is going in for the kill, and then it's just, yeah.
Well, it seems like that might be a really serious thing for you. You?
Hey, I'm
Of
trying
course,
to help
somebody of
you.
your stature would be jumping high.
Hey,
Anyway.
hey,
What if? Well, actually, hold on. Is the guild here? Where are we?
So yes.
What? What? What?
The-
We're in the antiquitist. We're
The-
in. Are you having a stroke or something?
I just need to confirm. We have that large bracer from that giant priestess.
Oh.
Oh.
What if we got that and brought that over? I don't know how much that thing is, but it's big and it looks fancy.
Do you think we'd be better taking it here or taking it to like a person who works with like metal or leather? What the fuck is it made out of? I think it's leather, isn't it? Or is it
It
metal?
was leather. It was a mixture of leather and metal.
Yeah.
So then do we take it to someone who works with leather and ask them? Or is it fancy enough? I don't know, we could.
We not leave that at the Artificer's Triumvirate.
No, that's in our room.
No, it's in our room.
We were using it as a rug.
Oh,
Yeah.
very well.
There's that. We got I mean, would you be interested in a bracer that a frost giant priestess wore?
I'm not even sure how you even get that. What? I need to see this.
Big.
Okay. So we're definitely interested in the fire
Yeah.
bullshit.
That's pretty awesome.
That's really cool. What else do we want from here?
That
Yim, do you
crown
want the
did seem
crown?
rather entertaining, but
I'd say-
I can't
It's
already.
a crown. It's a crown that actually does something, though. It's not just pretty.
Yeah, but I also have the hat that makes me look like whatever I want.
That's true.
Mm.
But how
No.
often do you use that versus how often would you use this?
Or
How often does Yimmer hit things?
Or how?
I feel personally attacked.
Juju laughing for the background.
Damn.
There's a cold wind that just came in here.
How?
You miss everything, especially your family. Oh, jeez. What are you guys getting? Jesus.
I'm willing to forego the crown so one of you can have flame tongue. This sounds like a fantastic idea for one of you.
I love it.
I think Spleen should have it. And do we want? There was that weird potion, the frost giant potion. Do one of the. Al, do you want that one? Because if you're not using your magic, but you
Yeah.
drink that, then you'll be as strong as we are, and you don't even have to train as much because you just chug that thing.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, but I do have this belt here, and Caps aside, that does the same thing, well, close to it. On my own, I was thinking more for Howard than anything for that, since he does have a sword and shield as well.
I also have the Slide and Fill Plus. Wouldn't recommend wearing a belt with it, but it will make you strong.
That's a good idea. Wait, do you want to talk to my uncle about your business? I feel like
Oh,
my uncle would
yeah.
love your business.
Yeah, you like all kinds of exotic things.
Oh God. What did you get yourself into?
Oh, it's not what I got myself into, it's what you're going to get yourself into. Allow me to explain, sir.
Help me.
He's rolling around on the floor laughing.
Oh my God. Oh dear God. You
I got
start
10
going.
griffin feathers.
I forgot about that.
Did you pull
Way
those out of
back.
your butt?
I got these. I don't know. They're kind of cool looking. They shimmer.
Yummer's just going to give him a bunch of, like, Slide and Fill regular, just as a sampler.
Okay.
Just in case you like it, if you want a little more of a kick, got some other flavors in there to, wet your whistle and what have you.
Oh dear God.
Works for everyone, so it's not just for you, it's for, I guess this would be awkward to tell you about Bree's exploits, but Spleen here,
Yeah.
tried and tested, not going to say with who, because that might make it awkward for you, personally, but, yeah.
We didn't sleep much.
Nope.
Dear God.
That's
Ew.
what they said.
You folk.
Anyways, if
When
you
you're
want to
fighting for
sleep,
your life, you're stressed, okay?
True.
And trauma bonding.
For whatever it's worth, I hate that it actually works.
My God. No. I don't deal in that kind of substances. I just no.
No, this is just for you to have. If you want it, great. If you don't,
No. He just like pushes it back across the table. Just no. I have half a mind to just kick you out as it is. God. Why do I allow you people in my home?
Because of me. Duh.
Because of you. Oh God.
Imagine what her family would think if they heard you kicked her out.
Yeah.
Oh God, I could survive.
For how long?
We understand.
Would you call that surviving?
Not the way I live. I'm too expensive and pretty to live like that. I can't do this. Ah, jeez. Why do you? Right. So what are you buying? God.
Oh, he's a bottom.
Short sword. Let's play
Yeah.
the short sword.
Are you gonna buy the flame tongue?
Yeah.
And we'll maybe come back for more.
All right. Well,
We'll bring you the big giantess
I
bracelet.
actually am quite interested in that. More or less curious, just on what it would provide.
Yeah,
Okay,
it should
we'll
have a
take-
lot
And
of
here's the thing: if you were
material.
able to get that to me, and I was able to do something, but of course there'd be a commissioner's fee for it. I'm not gonna leave you high and dry.
So we can just like trade.
If you're looking for a trade, then we could do exactly that. But I was going to say, if you wanted to lend it to me and I could see if I could do something with it, and then be able to sell that. All I'm saying is it's just extra income.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But that's if I can do something with it. I need to see it first.
we go get it. We come back. We give it to you.
Yes.
And,
And
then
it's
we
safe
buy,
here.
And then we buy everything.
We will talk about that.
Okay.
All
Are
right,
you
we'll be
wearing
right
the
back.
circlet?
We're gonna be right back in a
No.
little bit.
Who has the... Okay, so is... Who
Spleen
has the...
still has. No, Spleen took the circlet off, and then I think gave it back to me, but we've not had time to have a long rest for me to attune to it again.
Ah.
So I'm still dumb.
You still dumb Splee? You dumb Splee?
Dumb.
Oh.
Dumb.
Oh my god, that's the name of your ship, Splee.
Splee.
Hey.
It's not Bean?
Bean.
Nope, Splee.
Splee.
I like Splee better. Splee. Anyway, okay, so, alright, well, give me the 5,000. We'll start with that. Then, let's go.
Shoves all the art pieces towards him.
Perfect. Perfect. I can deal with this. I can deal in this. Perfect. Here's the sword. He hands it over. If you would give me one moment, I will be able to send that over into Falskallan chat.
Ooh. What is the magic word?
Like you would know, Weather Boy.
Ah,
Just-
wow, what a reference. Whoa. I haven't heard that in a while. Damn.
The magic
He
word
got
is just
you.
a pop culture reference. Any pop culture reference.
Damn.
This is how we bring Tom back.
Didn't have to do him like that.
See, I want to say the word, but I know I'm going to regret it, and it's going to be funny. The magic word is Yas Queen.
Ah. Mm.
All I can think about is Nicki Minaj sound effects on Star Wars. Meow.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh.
For people who are watching, I'm sorry, but this is just us having a giggle fit fest at this point. It's been a while, and we're just kind of like excited.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you get the sword, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's yeah. So that's that. All right, if you grab that thing for me, please bring it back. I would very much be interested in that.
I'm so excited. That's so cool.
Also, I sent you a message, JT.
I saw that.
The sword is so cool. Oh my god.
There you go. All right, so you're leaving the Antiquitous. He kind of rushes you out at that point. So then what? Guildhall?
No.
Excellent. You make your way out of Ashwarn's through Ashwarn's Hollow, and it's a beautiful spring day at this point. It's yeah, like it's pretty much mid-afternoon. You see a lot of the bakers starting to try and put on sale what bread that hasn't been sold throughout the day. Some of the pastries there as well. And walking in through the walking beside the river that has been beautifully bricked up and around, you finally make it out of Ashwarn's Hollow, and you follow the bridge across Solomon's last stand, reaching the Guildhall, which is right across. And this the Guildhall is looking a little more the grounds are looking a little more well kept. looking a little more well kept. It seems like now it's the spring and a lot of the snow has been fully melted and the mud is now actually solidifying into more solid dirt. You see a lot more grass starting to grow and it's becoming more beautiful to see again. And it's at this point you hear a loud scream just before reaching the door, and it's like it's a loud scream, but it's also like this huge raspiness to it all. Yeah.
Fuck was that?
Does that sound like who I think it sounds like? Oh no.
I'm if she's if who we think it is screaming, I'm scared.
I mean, we could very well find a new fear of hers. And immediately opens the door.
You open the door and you go past this, the rule signage that are there. You just see her. I'm not doing it because that's gonna blow my throat out. Clip that. You just, oh my god! You just see her embracing Bryony in this full-on, just like absolute bear hug, lifting her up. Sweetie, I am so happy for you.
Oh god!
It's just like, oh, hey. Bryony looks up. Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
What is happening?
Okay.
Just give me a second. She pops her hand up. Look at this, and you see a ring on her finger.
Oh!
Well.
She proposed to me in the Virgin. Little girl is growing up.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no, she did it. She did it a couple nights ago, and I didn't feel right talking about it until now. And well, this was why. It's just like she's still up and like full on feet off the ground. The Virgin just.
Oh my god!
Which at that point you just hear, "What is all this screaming?
Oh no!
Oh,
What is all
God.
this screaming? The Virgin, why are you screaming?" Look at her. Bryony just shows the finger to Barak. Welcome to the family. Picks her and Labertia up.
Oh.
We should probably go.
And Bryony at this point has just been squished by two people who are just in hugging her. She's like, hey, help me.
Wild shape out of there.
I didn't even think of that. It just she turns herself into a snake, but at this point, because just the pure pressure between both of them, squeezes her harder. She doesn't leave the confines, and at this point, breaks back out into normal Bryony. It's just like two people crying over her. He puts her down. I am so happy for you. Oh my god. And then Labertia lets go. It's just like, oh my god, we need to plan this. Bark, we're thinking we're doing shopping. Bryony, come with us. And he just takes her and walks off. Okay, bye guys.
That was chaotic. Okay.
After blinking a couple times, Cal just goes and stands behind the front desk, sits down, and just... Well, someone's got to tend this place while they're gone.
No, Labertia's still there, but...
Oh, the hell went.
That's funny.
That's actually at that point, as soon as you sit down, you just hear... You're not sitting there any longer. Get out.
As you wish.
See, I imagine Labertia as that one, the Shrek character, the lady. As one of
Oh,
the Cinderella's sisters or something.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
You know the
exactly
one.
who you're talking
I'm the
about.
ugly one.
Yeah. That's that's how I imagine her every time is her. She's got that drawn on like eyebrow, like thin line. Like and like the lip liner is so dark compared to like the lipstick color that she's
Yeah.
got on.
It's basically, this is almost how I envision Libertia. Oh, sorry, that's not too. Sorry, that was sent to Juju directly. Whoops. Only
In that-
Juju
put that
knows.
in Juju's spank bank. That's right.
That.
Yep.
Meemaw is that? It's a meemaw. What's that? That's like some of my family members in the fucking mountains. That's one of my great aunts or something. I don't know. Meemaw.
I think with that, I'm going to end tonight's session on that note.
And she smokes all the time, so it's just like that. How you doing, sweetie?
Heavy respirated. I blew my vocal cords out years ago, and I just haven't decided to grow them back.
Maybe my pack of camels. While you're out there, give me another pack of camels.
All right. So with that, I think we're going to end tonight's session on that one. We're definitely going to end tonight's session on that one. But I want to thank everybody again for Napoleon, for the Napoleon Dynamite reference. That's where it's from.
Party appreciation.
Yes, I know we have the party appreciation. Who rolled the
I think that's me.
Matt.
whatever real closest to? So before we do that, we'll just do ending announcements, which is please support us on our Patreon. It's always nice to help support the Dire Bear community, help us grow, and connect to other people. That being said, we want to thank FX May Vary for sponsoring our show tonight. You gotta pay that, boss. You gotta pay that. Words. I can't words right now. I've completely lost the track. Effects May Vary. Thank you for sponsoring us tonight. Try our merch. Let's find somebody to
talk to us.
Yeah, let's do the Dirty Rollers for a raid. Now let's get
Join
into
Discord and talk to us.
Yeah, that too. Yim.
Oh.
Party appreciate.
So I will just appreciate in clockwise order as Zoom has it. So I'll start with B. B, thank you so much for just including both chaos and family in your character. It's both wholesome and absolutely hilarious all at once. So I'm loving the dynamic you're bringing. On the line of family shenanigans, Hal. You are the anchor to lore in this world. As much as we try and flail around, it's like, no, this is actually why it's happening. I have all of the knowledge, so thank you so much for that. With knowledge, Howard, still absolutely loving the magical chaos and creativity that you bring all the time. When it blows up, I'm particularly happy, but when it works, it's spectacular. So keep up the arcane mischief. Spleen, the chaos gremlin, just smashing everything in all sorts of ways.
Yep. Smash and smash.
Smashing. Always love it, and the voice acting is absolutely wonderful all the time. And that brings us to the one and only Bard with no name, who still somehow keeps us semi-corralled every now and then, having to bring out the shepherd's crook and get back here.
But I say it all the time, you are a kind and gracious DM, letting us do all sorts of things. And we're all super appreciative of your patience and creativity and just willingness to go along with our shenanigans.
To be honest, they're quite funny.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, let's do that. I will see you guys next Thursday and
Wednesday. It's been a long day. I know.
Good night, everybody.
See you tomorrow.
Why?
Wait, but
Well,
do I leave
But I'm
now
waiting.
or?
Is
Why
this
are you
next
leaving?
Thursday?
Next
Oh no, he's
Thursday.
getting the pickle
Oh, okay.
Thursday.
do you
Wednesday.
dare to pickle juice?
Yeah.
Yay!